starting. And we do have... Wow!
Oh no!
You gotta be kidding
Oh
me.
my goodness!
Only 2 races remain in the 2025 regular season, and what better way to keep up the heat than by throwing these drivers another curveball. Yes, this is the first time we are racing here, so let's give the fans a weekend to remember. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to pre-qualifying for round 21 of the 2025 PSRLA Cup Series. Hello everybody, my name is Alex Vitale. Welcome to Willow Springs International Raceway in Rosamond, California. One of the most beautiful tracks in all of North America, and a track that has become quite popular in the NRscape, but we're gonna talk about that in a little bit later. And a track that also looked like most recently looked like it was going the way of the dodo, but fortunately it managed to find new owners, so at least it managed to avoid that fate for now. But yeah, this is a pretty popular track in the NRscape because, well, first and foremost, the Her Sprint Series races here, the GBL Cup Series and the PSRLA Truck Series have raced here, and I think the CRISPR Crew National Series this year is raced here too, if I remember correctly. Well, yeah, I know. What a way to remember the races of the partner leagues of the PSRLA, but outside of the landscape of AG, Staple, and me. There's also Troy Wright with the Mission Barbecue Cup Series racing here at Willow Springs. There's also Brendan Wilmington with the LSCI, the Lumen Stocker Invitational that also races at Willow Springs. It's a pretty popular track with offline leagues in general, and is usually used as the stand-in for Sonoma. Unfortunately, that's because Sonoma usually does not provide good racing. So, and to be fair, I prefer Sonoma over Willow Springs, but that's the way it goes, unfortunately. So yeah, cannot say much. But anyway, in terms of what happened last week, it was basically it was a one-man show of that being of Jeffrey Finguy. Now, well, I would say exactly a one-man. It wasn't exactly a complete one-man show, but it was a one-man show for a majority of the race, because if you looked at the stats and how many laps Finguy led, you might have thought that, yeah, he pretty much was completely unchallenged. But the thing is, he came really close in actually not winning. In fact, Garrett Movedell came really close in getting his second win of the season, because he started the final lap on the lead. But then Finguy with the best car that day was able to overtake him in the middle of the backstretch and take his 4th win of 2025, become the winningest driver of the 2025 season, breaking the tie with Nathan Stapleton. And of course, today we will see if Finguy can claim his 5th win of the season and also potentially lock up his spot in the playoffs. But yeah, we will see if Finguy can. Tomorrow we will see if Finguy can claim his 5th of the season, or maybe Stapleton can actually claim his 4th win of the season and gain and go back to a tie for most wins, or maybe somebody else is going to win the race. Who knows? One thing that we do know, however, is that we have to go through pre-qualifying and qualifying first, and the route for pre-qualifying is exactly the same as last week, only without William Donut. So, yeah, no major surprises here. And also, we're going to extend the pre-qualifying time to 10 minutes, just so that every driver can have a chance of scoring a time. So, yeah. And of course, it's gonna be the second time, and that was gonna be the. Actually, no. I think Watkins Glen is gonna be another race where we have to extend the pre-qualifying time to 10 minutes, because that track is also pretty long, because we are using the boot for Willow Springs. So, yeah. So I think, and yes, last thing before we actually go through qualifying, this is the second to last road course race of the season, with Willow Springs, with Watkins Glen being the last one in the middle of the playoffs. So, yeah, now there's virtually nothing else to be said other than let's get on with the show, shall we? And Tanner Pardon will be the first one out on the track. Of course, this version of Willow Springs has been used by the old no SFRL. I hope I actually said that correctly. And of course, shout out to Bremen Wilmington for giving me this track. But that's enough breaking kayfabe. Let's focus on qualifying here, pre-qualifying here. Pardon is going to complete his first lap. He's going to actually complete his banker lap and start his first lap. Around the final corner, Pardon goes. And into the main straight. Also, this track is notorious for some pretty major. It is known for some really good racing, but also from some pretty big crashes, especially with the especially really at the pit entrance, with the cars crashing into the pit entrance wall. Of course, we hope to not have the same, to not suffer the same fate for the race, but yeah, it's a thing that usually happens. But in the meantime, Pardon is about to do the final corners to score his first ever lap and to be the first driver to ever score a lap here at Willow Springs. For the PSRLA, of course. Around the final corner into the main straight, Pardon goes, and it will be a 1:18.2 for Tanner Pardon. Let's see what time Mendoza is going to do. Next online, 18 flat for Mendoza. Next up is Aubrey Gardner for PS Motorsports, the owner and driver of PS Motorsports. And it's going to be 18 flat also for Aubrey Gardner. Next up is Simon Asken, the other PS driver stuck in pre-qualifying, who did not make the field at Chicagoland. And it's going to be 1:17.8 for Asken. Let's see Bradley Ream. And it's going to be 18 flat for Bradley Ream. Let's see Jack Haas. Last drive to score time. And Jack Haas, top of the leaderboards, 1:17.7. There goes Tanner Pardon. Tanner Pardon. Let's see if he's going to better his time. And the answer looks to be yes, he does, but 5th. 18 flat, same time as Gardner, in fact. Let's see Mendoza. Mendoza top of the leaderboards, 1:17.6. Let's see Gardner. Gardner right now is at the bubble, same time as Pardon. And best time, 1:17.8 for the 24 car. For the Truck Series veteran, for the former Truck Series driver. Let's see Asken. Can the Swedish driver better his time? And the answer is yes, after second place. Let's see Bradley Ream now on the bubble. He bettered his time, but is still on the bubble. Let's see Jack Haas currently in third. 4 minutes and 30 left on the clock. And Haas still in third. Right now, Pardon is pretty much dead last and almost a second from Bradley Ream. Let's see if Barney can at least better his time to claim 5th and get himself into the bubble. And not quite. He betters his time by quite a lot, but not enough to climb a position. Let's see Mendoza. Mendoza does not better his time, but it's still top of the leaderboards. Gardner, 3 minutes and 50 left on the clock. Gardner does not get a better time. So right now it's going to be Mendoza. To both Williams and cars, all the PS Motorsports cars will make it onto the field, as well as all the Rakovan cars will make it onto the field if things stay as they are. As Oskin does not better his time. Let's see Bradley Ream. Brenda's on the bubble, and no better time for the 25 car. Let's see Jack Haas. And Jack Haas does better his time. In fact, it jumps top of the leaderboards 2/10 faster than Hunter Mendoza. 117.4 for the Canadian. 3 minutes left on the clock. Time is running out for Tanner Parton to make them to the field. And no better time for Tanner Parton. Let's see if Mendoza can answer to the blistering time of Jack Haas, at least in terms of pre-qualifying, that is. And does not. Gardner is in 4th. And as I stated, right now, both all Dracovan cars, all PS cars, and both Williams and cars will make it onto the field if things stay as they are. And then let's focus on Samaras and Curley in 3rd. 2 minutes and 10 left on the clock. And right now, no better time. Let's see Bradley Ream. Ream, no better time, still in the bubble. Jack Haas, can he actually better this time more than he already has? And not quite. 1 minute and 1 minute and 45 left on the clock. Of course, these are going to be the last couple of laps for these drivers. And unless Barton does a miracle, I'm afraid he'll be out for the weekend. The first driver to score a time in the Willow Cup Series, in the PSRLA Cup Series at Willow Springs, will be the one that will not make it onto the main event, unfortunately. And those are still second. Pretty much none of these guys are able to better their times. Well, there's also a factor that the tires are being shredded right now. Still California in the middle of summer, so that makes sense. 1 minute left on the clock. Samanaskan, no better time. Nope. Then it's Bradley Ream on the bubble. And unless something major happens with Parton, he should be safe. There's one guy that definitely is safe to the main event, and that is Jack Haas, the Canadian for Dracovan. There's only 20 seconds left on the clock. And at this point, this is basically going to be the field for qualifying. So right now, Jack Haas, Hunter Mendoza, Selin Oskin, Arby Gardner, and Bradley Ream will make it to the main event. We're going to overtime, but I doubt something. But I really doubt anything is going to change. Oskan is in 3rd. Any time? Any approved time? No, it does not improve his time. Ream does not improve his time. Haas doesn't. Well, he doesn't really have to, but still. Of course, it's gonna be the last lap for all of them at this point. Last lap for Tanner Parton, who's pretty much at this point out for the count. There it goes. No better time. There's Santa Mendoza on his snag. No, he's not gonna do the final lap. He's gonna go into the pits. Mendoza goes into the pits. He's not going to complete his final lap. Will Gardner complete the lap? He does. Across the line, Gardner goes, and nothing. Oskan can he cross the line before the final overtime attempt goes through, and the answer looks to be yes, although barely. No, he doesn't. Never mind. He does not. And that is going to be pre-qualifying for the first ever race at Willow Springs. And Jack Haas, Hunter Mendoza, Steven Oskan, Aubrey Gardner, and Bradley Ream will make it onto the main event. Unfortunately, Tanner Parton will not. The first driver to score a time at Willow Springs for the PSRLA will not make it to the main event. And with that, see you in qualifying. And Kyle Sastry and Roger Fogelman will be the first one on track and out of the pit lane, not exactly pit road, but still. As is Bryce Egan. Of course, I would assume that a good chunk of these drivers have already raced at Willow Springs before, but in terms of the PSRLA, with the PSRLA stock cars, this is the first time ever. And Egan and Sastry looks like they're already trying, they're already giving the fans a little bit of taste of what racing might look like come tomorrow, come Saturday. But in the meantime, let's see Bryce Egan and Kyle Sastry and Reggie Fogelman complete their banker laps and start their proper lap times. And around the final sweeper they go and into the main straight. And their time begins now. As you saw, there's Sloan, Haas, Anderson, and I think Gutierrez. Oh boy! And that's probably already going to. That's definitely going to affect the time of both Egan and the Sastry, since William Ayres just came into them, came right in front of their faces. And Ayres is not exactly making anything easy for Egan to go through. In fact, Sastry is even trying to overtake him. So I guess right now, this I would assume these guys are going to abort their attempts. They're still going to finish the lap, but they're going to try it again because of the straight up jump scare that they got with Ayres. But in the meantime, let's see what kind of time are they going to do. Whether or not it's still the first actual time, so might as well check it out. And Bryce Egan is going to do a 116, Fogelman does a 115, and Sastry 116 as well. Now Davidson goes second, 116, as does D'Amelio, 116, 1.14, Genius D'Amelio. Sastry drops down to 6th, as now Gutierrez takes the lead. Gutierrez takes the lead. Now Philip Torres takes the lead, takes original pole position. Let's look at Gary Movadell, who almost won the race at Chicago last week, and goes second fastest, as Koshmark goes top of the leaderboard. Let's see Roberto Crown Jr. And Crown is going to be in Crown is in... where is Crown right now? Crown is in... Crown is in the Danny Johnson now top of the leaderboards. Oh, Crown is supposed to do a back lap. Okay, never mind. So, Danny Johnson right now is top of the leaderboards, followed by Andrew Williams and Koshmar as Justin Perez goes 5th fastest. In the meantime, there's Alexander Rowe who still has to get out of the track, I would assume. And Egan, no better time for Egan, I would assume. Where is he? As Carrison goes 3rd fastest, drops Koshmar down to 4th. As Giacomo takes 10th place and have been dropped by Torres and now by Perez, who's now at the edge of the top 10 because Stapleton went 2nd fastest. Stapleton went 2nd fastest. Here's the staple. There's Gutierrez, who held the lead, held pole position for that short of a time before Johnson stole away from him. Now let's see what time did Crown do. 17th. There's provisional pole. There's Finn. Never mind. Finn guy is now provisional pole position. 114.9 for the defending champion. Finn guy on provisional pole. Every Alford. Alford is in 14th. He finished 3rd last week at Chicagoland. Stapleton is in 3rd, of course. Stapleton being the last winner on a road course at Mexico City. His race was also a really dominant affair, pretty much led from flag to flag, essentially, if I remember correctly. So let's see if we can actually do it again here at Willow Springs, but without fast act. Never mind, Stapleton actually has claimed pole position, just as I said that. Stapleton claimed pole position from Finguy. 14.4. Does the defending champion the defending champion answer? Let's look. Will the defending champion answer? As Gutierrez runs up the top 10 currently. Let's see what happens. There's Finguy across the line, and nope, he's unable to answer from Stapleton's pole time. So right now Stapleton is on pole position. 2nd is Finguy. 3rd is Danny Johnson. There's Andrew Williams, Philip Torres, Tom Sloan, Jonathan Carrison, Lara Koshmar, Ryan Little. So both OEM cars in the top 10. And Zane Davidson runs up the top 10. In the running of the rear of the field are Samadowskin and Alexander Rowe. So yeah, that Rowe in the pits is because he had a major issue with that car. Major issue on Rowe's car. In the meantime, let's see if Stapleton is gonna better this time using the drive from Monaco. The answer is no. There's Carson Miller, who is in 17th. So good result for the car. Now never mind, he's dropped down to 17th because Alford made it to 17th. Alpha claimed the spot is now 17th. Actually, no, never mind. Actually, no. The Stapleton won at Mexico City, but the last winner at the road course. I just caught that mistake. The last winner at road course was Angel Gutierrez, and Gutierrez is 12th. So still pretty decent result for Gutierrez. Yeah, I just caught that mistake. Better late than never, I suppose. But yeah, Stapleton did win. It was actually the race before Road America that Stapleton won in Mexico City. Mexico City was before Road America. So yeah, I was still correct on at least half of that. I was at least correct. At least I was at least correct enough of that statement. Meantime, Davenport enters the pits as Koshmar is currently in 9th. A very tight grid. Even the top 2 are basically separated by just 3/10 are basically separated from 1st to 10th, or separated by 3/10, yeah. Like 3 tenths are basically separated. 3 to 4 tenths. In the meantime, we are 51 seconds away from the end. As Movedel is in 14th. We're looking at Movedel. The field is now Bradley Ream and Samadaskin. Where is Alexander Rowe right now? Rowe is in... Oh, it's in 8th. Alexander Rowe is currently in 8th. So, whatever problem that car had has now been fixed, and now Rowe is in the top 10. Actually, is Rowe still on track? And the answer is no, apparently. Oh no, there he is. 10 seconds left on the clock, and the top 10 currently is Stapleton, Finguy, Johnson, Williams, Torres, Sloan, Carrison, Rowe, Koshmar, Little. And of course we're going to overtime. And we're focused on Nathan Stapleton, and looks Stapleton is going to start on pole position. Unless a major miracle happens, like Finguy has an amazing lap. I never said never. We had pole position stolen at the final minute. Look at Zachary Fitzwater. Let's see what time Stapleton is going to do. 25 seconds left on the clock. Can the OEM driver improve his time? And the answer happens to be no, as both Gutierrez, Troy Williams Jr. and Hallie Anderson Jr., the two juniors, are in the pits. Final 30 seconds. As we focus on Robert Crown Jr., Crown is in 13th. There's Finguy in 2nd. Then Johnson. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything about Johnson because you know it's my team. So yeah, but it's going to be it for qualifying. And Nathan Stapleton is going to start the first ever race at Willow Springs on pole, the first ever PSRLA race on pole position. Alongside him will be Jeffrey Finguy. Then will be Danny Johnson on a very, very good run for the Aegis driver. And that will be Andrew Williams, Philip Torres, Tom Zlon, Jonathan Carrison, Alexander Rowe. Another good result for Alexander Rowe. Lara Koshmar and Ryan Little running at the top 10. So both OEM cars on the top 10. And running up the rear of the field will be Bradley Ream and Samad Oskin. So Nathan Stapleton has the best seat on the house once again for the Persona 4 Rival Grand Prix of California here at Willow Springs, the first ever race here at Willow Springs for the PSRLA. And alongside him is Jeffrey Finguy. So this is going to be an interesting battle between what have been the two best drivers in the field in terms of wins, because of course Gary Medel is still leading the championship. And of course, third place for Danny Johnson, great result for the Aegis driver, and at least concede me that little bias. And running up the rear of the field are Bradley Ream and Samadalskin. Once again, a tall order for both these guys, but hey, they made it. They made it for the main event, so I guess that's gotta count for something. But that's going to be it for qualifying here at Willow Springs. This has been a special presentation of the 2025 PSRLA Cup Series 44/7 Network. I'm Alex Vitale, and see you tomorrow for the race. So long, everybody, from Willow Springs.